Lisa from the Photo Forum again. We are here today with the lovely Cordelia. How are you, dear?
Wonderful.
That's great. I met Cordelia, my gosh, years ago now. She did one of her very first photo sessions with me, and she was amazing right off the bat. You're doing so much more now with that, Cordelia. I see you like all over the place. How many photographers have you worked with now?
Oh, I don't know, like at least over a dozen probably.
Yeah. I see you all over the place. I love the one where you had the pink hair. Who did that?
That was iModel's.
It was like a candy shoot.
Yeah, it was a Candyland theme.
Yeah.
Kevin Vaughn.
Yeah, yep. I've got to get in touch with them to come on the Photo Forum. Yeah. I find his work to be really good. I've been following them a little bit, and I think I found them through you. Mm-hmm. You've done a couple of shoots with them, too.
Yeah, I love him. He's ever evolving, ever changing, always trying new things. He does a lot of collaborative model shoots where it's just like get a bunch of photographers, get a bunch of models, give them a theme, and then just like have fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Is he right here in like the Albany area?
Yep, Troy.
Oh, Troy. Okay. Yeah. I'm such a newbie when it comes to this networking stuff. I hear and I watch a lot of the other photographers, but for so long I was in my little studio up in, Round Lake, and I didn't know anybody and now I'm down here in Albany, and everybody knows Petrocelli Studio, and I'm like, oh gosh, and following all these different photographers, and that's kind of what the Photo Forum is to bring everybody together and get to know one another, and definitely introduce the models to the photographers. What is your genre? Tell them that you like to be photographed in. What do you photograph mostly? I see a lot of boudoir with you, some glamoury kind of stuff. What is it that you love to do?
I love boudoir. I also really love doing cosplays.
I see you in a lot of that. Yeah, and that's wonderful. There was a few different ones that you did with that. So cosplay has become a big thing for photographers. It's like the new and upcoming thing. I haven't really gotten into that yet. I'm not sure where to go with that. I'm so old school, but some of it's really pretty cool.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of photographers now do sessions like at Comic-Cons or events like that.
Yeah. I just started to get into that stuff because my boyfriend is into it a little bit. Like he loves what's the big movie that everybody watches with all the characters. There's a movie.
There's a lot of them.
I know.
Avengers. Or
Avengers. Maybe that's it, the Avengers. And I don't know. There's a hot guy that stars in it, so I watched it, But I was like, I'm a big Harley Quinn fan. I absolutely love her character. So it's fun. Yeah, it just kind of takes you out of the ordinary humdrum daily stuff, and cosplay is pretty fun.
Yeah, you'll see whatever the newest or most popular show that's out. You usually see then like a lot of models cosplaying whatever that is, just because it's the one that's like in the news. So like right now I think House of the Dragon just came out.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see a lot of like Game of Thrones type cosplays.
Yeah. Where does that word stem from? Like, what does that mean, cosplay? Is it just you take a character and?
Yeah, I think it's just like, costume play basically, and they just kind of smush the two words together to make cosplay, I think. But yeah, I think it's been around for a long time.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
costume play.
I love Halloween, so I love dressing up as characters. So cosplay is like perfect for me.
It seems that a lot of the models are doing that these days. They like theme shoots, which is something that's totally new to me too. I've been a boudoir photographer forever. So, they come in and now they have costumes when they come in and they want to be shot as, Harley Quinn or whoever. And that must be that cosplay coming in, and it's in boudoir style. So it's pretty cool. But, I see a lot of that with your Instagram lately. So your modeling career is rising. You are definitely looking to be photographed. You are available for photographers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Where can they reach you? Where can they see you?
Social media. Instagram is probably one of the apps that I use the most for modeling specifically. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of the best places to do that. So I'm Cora_Valentine02.
Say that again.
Cora_Valentine02.
Gotcha. Yeah. Tons of her work on there, and it's really cool, fabulous stuff. Instagram, I was just talking with someone recently about Instagram, and she brought up another platform called Caviar. And that platform is more for models and photographers. So I'm going to check that out later. You probably should too, because your career has gotten to that level where, you know, you can be on something that an agency might see, or, gosh, you've done so much in the past few years. And you're like branching out into new things. I know you used to be a police officer, yes. Correct? Can you believe that? This little tiny wonderful thing. She's, jacking it up out on the streets. That is crazy. And you no longer do that anymore, or?
No, so I kept my certification, and they kept me on the roster in my hometown. So if I ever wanted to work like one of their special events, they do parades and things like that, then I could still do that. Mm-hmm. But I moved away from my hometown, and
where did you move to?
Utica.
How do you like it out there?
I actually love it.
Yeah, it's a nice area. My dad is up in Sackett's Harbor, so we always have to go through Utica to get there, and we always stop and do a little shopping and stuff there, and lunch or whatever. But it's big. Is there a lot of modeling opportunities out that way?
There is some. I haven't gotten into it a lot in Utica. I still come back to this area because that's where most of my connections are. But they have a great movie and theater people out there.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a venue where they do live shows, or?
Yep. There's a few actually. There's the Stanley Theater, which is similar to like Proctor's here.
Okay.
And then there's Uptown Theater, which is like an older theater that they're renovating. And so they started doing improv classes and having open mic nights and things like that.
Oh, have you done any of that?
I did. I've done a lot of the improv classes.
Of
course. It was recommended to me to do the improv classes, that it would help with acting and other areas of interest of mine. And they're a lot of fun.
So you're going into acting too?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you done anything with that lately?
I have. I had a very small role in an upcoming movie called Graveyard Shark.
Ooh.
Yes.
That sounds right up your alley.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what is that about? Can you talk about it yet?
Yes, it's by Mad Angel Films. We just had our movie premiere last Friday, and the movie will be out on Blu-ray mid-July. I don't remember the exact date. But yeah, it's like a horror movie based on this creature, the graveyard shark. The setting is in a town in on like Lake Champlain. And yeah, it's just, like I said, I have a small role, but the main actors and characters in it are amazing. It was great.
Do we know any of them?
I don't think so. If you do look up Mad Angel Films, they've done multiple films in the past. I'm not sure if any of them are available streaming right now, but yeah, they've been at it for years now, and I feel like this is one of their best
What was
ones.
your part?
Oh, so this is funny. My part was actually a photographer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so you played me.
Yeah. So I'm like, usually I'm on the other side, so now I have to play a character that's taking the picture.
Right?
And,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a huge part.
It was fun. It was fun. I had a couple of lines in it.
Really?
Yep, one of the more main characters is basically doing like a fans page shoot in the graveyard. But it's more like...
So it's right up your alley. Yeah. You knew exactly what to do, how to act, you just, wow. What was your line? Do you remember?
Oh, it was more just encouraging her, like, oh, you're doing fantastic, you look great.
Kind of like we
that.
do, right?
Yes.
Cordelia, that is so great. Oh, my gosh. So when does that come out then?
Mid-July. It'll come out on Blu-ray and DVD, and it's available for pre-order purchase right now.
Huh. So look for Cordelia in Graveyard Sharks on Blu-ray in mid-July. I'm buying it. I'm on board.
I thought it was great. If you like those like campy horror movies that are also kind of funny,
they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the Freddy Krueger style, or the who was the other one way back in the 80s? The Jason. Jason was at the campground, and yep. Didn't he live on the pond or something, or his mother did, or gosh, I don't remember. But they used to scare the shit out of me back then. It's just a kid watching those growing up, and whew. And then Freddy Krueger came out. Jeez. So nowadays, oh my God, you watch a horror movie on, Netflix or something, and it's like some crazy, everything is like so like zombies coming back to life, or ghosts, or, stuff that really happens, Yeah. Scares the shit out of you, They use kids in the horror movies now,
so
like
creepy.
Annabelle, and gosh, what is that one we just watched? I make it a rule to not watch horror films a lot, because they do scare the crap out of me nowadays. Not when I'm sitting there watching it. When I'm watching it, I'm like glued to the TV. But then when I'm home by myself, like the next night or something,
mm-hmm. Yep.
And I hear like the dog barking at something out in the living room while I'm in the shower, or, and I'm like, holy shit, what is that? I don't watch them too much.
Have you ever seen those Paranormal Activity ones?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So I saw one of those in theaters, and then I came back home, and I lived alone in my apartment, and I went to go to sleep, and I went to turn on my bedstand lamp. And as soon as I turned it on, the light blew, and I was just like, "Oh God, I can't go to sleep yet."
Would have scared the crap out of me for sure. Paranormal stuff is what really freaks me out, because I believe in it. Like, I think there, is afterlife, and why couldn't people or spirits basically come back and
Yeah.
I like to think that bad spirits can't come back, but who the hell knows? Maybe they can. And, all this things that are messing with us in our daily lives might be those that we ticked off. And
I agree. Like, monster or zombie, I'm like, okay, that's something I can fight. Like, I have a chance. But then, like, with ghosts, it's like, oh,
paranoia, you have
see
no,
it, and
you have no chance. Oh, jeez. Well, that's good to know that you're in this movie, and I'm going to look for that for sure. So you actually have started something else that I saw on Instagram, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And when I saw it, I was like, holy crap, what is this? What does this girl not do? Like, Jesus. So it's wrestling?
Yes, professional wrestling.
Professional wrestling. Mm-hmm. What the heck sparked that? Like, where did that start? Tell me about it.
So I went to a local wrestling show near Utica. It was in Rome, New York. And the person I was with were watching, and they're just like, they knew my background, and they're like, you could do this. And I was like, you think? And I have some younger brothers that are really into it. And a while back, they're like, you need to start watching it again. Like, it's really good. There's good stories. There's good characters. So I started watching it on TV again. And so all that combined, there was a local school, it was about a wrestling school about a half hour away from me, called UWE, Upstate Wrestling Entertainment. And so I contacted them, and they're basically like, yeah, like come in and try out some classes. And I did, and I loved the trainer. His name was Ben Hameen. We have a different trainer now, but he was the one I started with. Been in the business a very long time, very knowledgeable, huge into improv, which is what got me then into improv, saying it would help with character work and just thinking on your feet, things like that. But so I started training to be a professional.
Have you ever
wrestler.
Wrestled before?
No, but I have done martial arts.
It's with the background different. With the face, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of, wow. I can't even imagine. Like, I think I'm going to wrestle today. Like, how many have you done it? Have you wrestled people?
Yes. So it was a couple weekends ago. I had my first ever match in front of a crowd, and it was at Schenectady Pride, outdoor show. And so for me, being a part of the LGBT community, it was really something special for me to have my first match at a Pride event. It was for the promotion called Dynasty. And they are out of the Albany, New York area. The promoter, Chris Envy, awesome guy, and put on the show for free for everyone at the Pride event.
Oh, I wish I had known that. I would have been there. Did you win?
I did.
That is fantastic. So that's the first one that you did?
Yes.
Are you going to do it again?
I would love to do it again. After that, I did get some messages and opportunities, but I am going to be out of action for a little bit, actually. I'm having a procedure on Friday, and so I'm going to need time to recover from that.
Okay. So, yeah, that might make things a little different, too. And
yes.
when you start up again. Oh, my gosh. So let's talk about that. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay. So I have always just known Cordelia as a woman, but she has not always been a woman. So she is in transitioning, which is fabulous because I truly believe that people should live their lives and be who they want to be, whatever makes you happy, right? And Cordelia, I didn't know much about it in the beginning, but when I first met Cordelia, she explained to me a little bit about her past and her life and what led her to the decision to transition. And I was dumbfounded. I was slapped right in the face with reality. And totally because of you, Cordelia, I have a whole new respect for people who want to do this with their lives, and kudos to them. Do whatever it takes to make yourself happy because we only go around once. I have a very dear friend now, aside from Cordelia, who is also help me because I'm politically incorrect all the time, who is he's not transitioning, but he's a woman who he is in a woman's body and he is a man. And I only know this person as a man. And I would never think of him as anything else. Just as when I see Cordelia, I'm like, oh, she's just such the most graceful little thing. I just love her. And when you know these people, when they come into who they really are, there is no other option except who they are. It's just, my eyes are open, and thank you for that, Cordelia. So Cordelia is continuing and having a little surgery to enhance her appearance. And that is going to make things a little different when you start wrestling again. Like, aren't they going to be in the way? Like, are you afraid of that? Or
for me, I was like, one of my first thoughts was like, because I had custom ring gear made, and I was like, oh God, like I've used it once, and now I have to get it like redone.
Yeah. Your clothes are going to fit differently. Oh, but the modeling industry should for you, That's too funny. What size are you getting? Do you know?
So it goes by, the size was 310 cc, which I was told will equate to like a C.
Okay, so that's a pretty good size. You're going to be voluptuous, Cordelia. You don't have to change your whole thing, your whole name. How exciting for you. Oh my gosh. So I have, I also know women who have done this surgery to just enhance themselves, because when you don't have what you want, it totally messes with your confidence and your whole self-love thing. So I had one of my dear friends had a surgery recently, and it was because she just was small, and she just never fit into a bathing suit quite right, or she never, felt sexy or whatever, which is ridiculous because I think that women are sexy no matter what size boobs they have or, whatever. But it's more about how you feel, correct?
Yes.
Like, this is going to make you feel better about yourself. And again, you know, in this lifetime, in this day and age, do what you got to do to be happy, because life is so stinking short, people. It is too short to be worried about what the next person is doing. It is too short to not have what you want. Just do it. Just like let them, right? Let them. So with that said, congratulations. And
Thanks.
We won't see you around for a little bit, I guess. How long did they say recovery time was going to be for that?
You know, it's funny. From what the doctor told me, and from what people that have had the surgery that I've talked to have said, they've both had very different time frames. The doctor, it was like 4 to 6 weeks. And then talking to some of the people I know, they said it was like 3 months.
Ooh, that's a big gap.
Yeah, but I don't know the details of, like, maybe they had, because there's different ways that you can do the surgery. You can go over the muscle, under the muscle.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Different types of implants. So
I hear don't get silicone,
yes.
right? Because silicone is like the old way and they leak and stuff like that.
Yes.
Are you worried about any of that happening? Did your doctor go over all that with you?
Yeah, it's funny, again, like talking to some people that like kind of had some knowledge of the surgery. It seemed way more dangerous than when talking to the doctor, and you know, technology is always improving.
Yeah, that's true.
So I felt very like assured by the doctor that like this is going to be fine.
Yeah. I mean, it is so common nowadays for people to get breast augmentations, you know, up or down. You know, they do it all the time. So it's interesting to me that they can do that in this day and age so easily, you know, which is wonderful. It's just modern medicine is forever, progressing and getting better and better, and allowing us to do these cool things. But so let's see what else you've done. That you're getting. Oh my God, your whole life is changing. Did you recently get married?
I did.
So she's off the market. So tell me about your lovely wife. I think I have seen her once, maybe on one of your Instagram posts or something. And how did that all happen? My gosh, the last time I knew you were single. And
her name is Emily.
Emily, hi Emily.
Yes, hi Emily. She's actually originally from the Michigan area.
Okay.
And she got a job in Utica, New York, and moved there. We met through a mutual friend, we'll say.
Is that another story for another day?
It is, or it depends. If you want to hear it now, I can tell it now. So what happened was I was dating this girl that was polyamorous. So she had multiple partners, basically multiple relationships, but was very like open about it. It's not like a cheating thing. It's a very open, and you have to be very good at communicating to do that. So when I met her, I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if that's something that I can handle, but I like you, and I'll continue at this point going on dates with you and things like that, and see where things go. And so she was in a relationship with somebody else. She ended up breaking it off with them and just being with me. We dated for a while, and then kind of brought up the poly thing again. And I had read a book on it, and so I was like, I kind of get it. And I think,
because that's the thing. Like, there's even a religion, I forget which one it is, but that allows you to have multiple partners.
And it's somewhat common, I want to say, in like the LGBTQ community or the trans community. Yeah. So I said, I think I'm ready to, like, I'm okay with trying that. And so we did, and we would sometimes meet people together, sometimes we meet people apart. But no one really ever fit, I feel like, with either of us or together. And then she met Emily first, and then introduced me later. And so me and Emily really, really hit it off when we met. And
interesting.
The other person there's always jealousy in relationships like that.
I would think.
But
Yeah.
there's like normal jealousy, and then there's like, okay, like this is too much. We can't handle this amount of jealousy. And so we broke it off with the other person, and then it was just me and Emily. And neither one of us, I think, was truly poly. We just kind of...
We're doing it because you liked someone that was in it. Yeah.
Like, I guess, the concept or theory of it. Like, I understand it, especially after reading books and things like that on it. And I could see how it could work for some people. But after meeting Emily, it was just like, there's nobody else. Like,
oh, that's so sweet. I guess, it is about maybe finding that special someone, even if it's not if it's not a poly thing. So I know, like, okay, so I'm old school. We called them swingers back when I was young, but I think you can't swing if you're just in love with that one person. It's kind of the same thing. Like, if you are just so compatible with someone, then you find yourself not wanting to be with other people, So I think that these different religions or different lifestyles maybe are just a product of people not finding their special someone. And I think that people are not really... Do you think we're meant to be monogamous? Like, do you think as human beings we're meant to be monogamous? Or do you think we're more like to test the waters?
I think it's situational.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many relationships or marriages is there?
How many marriages end in divorce and cheating because those people are they not monogamous, or are they just not with the right one?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. I think that maybe we are meant to be monogamous, but it's about finding that perfect someone that you don't want anyone else. And, marriage gets boring. Let's face it. When you're with the same person for years, you want to strangle them some days. I know my significant other wants to strangle me almost every day, but I think that if you truly, truly, deeply, 100% love someone, that you don't really want to kill them while you're strangling them. You just want to shake them a little bit. So kudos to you for finding that right one. How long have you been married now?
Less than a year. We're going to do the actual ceremony in October.
Oh, so you didn't do the ceremony yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Where are you having it?
It's called Plum Point Lodge, and it's in Himrod, New York, which is out by Seneca Lake.
Wow. What's it like? Is it a lot of people are doing like barn weddings and stuff now? Is it like that, or is
it's like it's pretty unique. It's on the lake. It's like kind of cool. It's like a motel. Like there's like motel is on like the sides, and the main building is a restaurant. And then there's a area in the back that's like almost like a barn or garage for like the reception. And then they also have yurts out back.
Really?
Yeah.
So I just found out what a yurt was. I have no clue. But that's pretty cool. So like people can stay there if they want. And yeah, so I think I want to stay in a yurt. Like, that must be the coolest thing, right? Have you ever done that?
No. Yeah. But they look really nice.
Yeah, they're like little hotels, outside. That's becoming more and more popular these days, too, is that, like, glamping. That whole glamping thing, which is right up my alley because I'm so done with, like, tenting. Pitching the tent and blowing up the air mattress and all that nonsense. No. I haven't done that in probably a good 4 years now, and I'm much better for it. But anyway, so congratulations on that too.
Yeah.
What else haven't we covered that's going on with your life? Should we know about anything else? Let's talk about photographers again.
Okay.
Have you had what was your best experience with a photographer? What was your favorite shoot?
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know.
Besides mine, of course.
Right, exactly. Well, yours was the first, so it's like
Yeah, so
super
it's special.
Yeah. Yep. I would say, I did a shoot. Actually, the first one I did out in Utica was with Matt Peters, who is actually one of he might be the owner of Mad Angel Films. So before I was in the movie, this was months and months before, we did a photo shoot together, and of course it was a cosplay one.
Oh, cool.
Where I was Vampirella.
Oh, I think I saw that on Instagram. Yeah, that was beautiful.
So I met Matt at this humongous cemetery. I want to say it's called Fox Cemetery, maybe. But it's in Utica. Huge, old, so many different areas that were spooky looking and really neat. And so it's just me and him, and he brought a fog machine.
Oh,
and
cool.
Yes.
So I'm new to the fog machines too. The owner of this lovely studio that we're sitting in, Petroselli Studio, Dino Petroselli, works with a fog machine a lot, and I just got to see him shoot with that not too long ago. He was doing something with a teen shoot for high school photos kind of thing, and it was the coolest thing. Like, so I always just crop in the fog, with a PNG or something, but these fog machines are sweet. And how big was that? Was it just like a little thing that made?
Yeah, it looked almost like similar to, a little smaller maybe than like a leaf blower.
Cool. Yeah. And it made a lot of fog. Like it did, because I saw the photos and they looked really cool.
Yeah, I feel like we had really good natural lighting to go along with the fog machine.
Yeah.
And it was my first time meeting Matt in person, and we just like clicked.
Nice.
And so it was so comfortable with him, and with posing, I feel like I was really prepared this time. There's sometimes I feel like I come into a shoot and I'm like, oh God, I didn't really prepare enough of what kind of poses I wanted to do or things like that. But this one, I love the character, so I was ready, and I feel like we just worked so well together.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you do just click with somebody like that, and it's like magic, Have you had any bad experiences in the industry?
I don't want to say bad. I want to say, I think there's been some that where it's just that chemistry is not there. Where I said, like with me and Matt, we just kind of like clicked.
Yeah.
I think there's other photographers you might work with that it's a little more difficult that you're not on the same page or something like that. And it just makes the shoot a little bit harder. I think,
and it just makes you feel like you can't get it right or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually think about your posing and stuff before you go to a session? I didn't realize that you guys did that.
I try to. I know that from my experience, especially with the collaborative model shoots, that a lot of that is learning sometimes for both the model and photographer. Some photographers are really good at posing the model, and other ones I think want the model to just do the poses on their own. And but I feel like both sides want to learn basically from each other of what poses work and when they work and why they work and things like that. Yeah, facts. Posing is something that I hear a lot of photographers say that they struggle with. God, I just can't think of what to tell them to do. So it is pretty cool when a model actually comes in and you're doing something, and they just kind of go with it, and you're like, oh, thank God, click, 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 and it does make it easier on us, especially if we've, hired a model for, a certain thing that we're capturing, a promotion or something, then it's definitely beneficial to have the model know, what she's doing a little bit. And it certainly looks on Instagram like you know what you're doing lately. Sometimes.
It's beautiful, beautiful photos you're producing lately.
Thank you.
Where can the photographers meet you again? It's Cordelia _
So on Instagram, it's Cora_Valentine02. Cora Valentine is my wrestling persona.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
my character is all about the love and the hearts. And so that's why I was saying with my ring gear, like, I love it. There's a big heart and there's a C and a V on it and like some frills. And I'm like, oh God, now I have to get it like remade.
Yeah. A little bigger on the top.
Yes. And then same thing, Facebook. I think it's just Cora Valentine. And for non-wrestling, it's Cordelia Josephine.
Okay, perfect. So that's where you can find her if you are interested. She is a fabulous model. You will see that on Instagram. Cordelia, it was lovely talking with you again. If you want to come back after you've had your surgery and talk about that a little bit, like after you've healed up and, you know, you're looking all fresh and new, I'd love to do a little piece on that actual type of surgery. There are so many women that follow our page that, you know, may be thinking about doing the same thing, or have, you know, questions that you might be able to answer, or just kind of, you know, put it out there that it's a thing and it's a surgery, and, you know, it's worth talking about the feelings that you go through and the surgery itself and the healing process and all of that. I'm going to have mine sawed off one of these days. Let me tell you, you're going to find they're going to get in the way. Thank you so much, Cordelia. It was lovely talking with you as usual. And we'll see you on the next photo forum. Have a good day, everyone.